Alright, so as soon as you sign up for Beyond Hosting, they're going to put in a support ticket for you. Now, they need to get your GoDaddy information from you so that way they can set up your site. So what you will want to do is click the link that says reply to this ticket. So I'm going to click this link right here. And you'll see I have a support ticket in. And they're saying this ticket is to notify you of the setup of your server. And they just have a few real quick questions for me. They're asking me what my domain name is, where it's registered, and if I can give them the login and password, that way they can set it up for me. So it's real simple. All you have to do is click on the big reply button, give them that information that they're asking you for, and you'll be ready to rock and roll. Boom, that's it. It was that easy. I just sent them a quick reply, gave them some of my details, and now they just set up the site for me. So next, as soon as you give them that info, you will then get an email back from them that looks something like this. They're going to give you your login details and your password. So make sure you write this information down or print it out. That way it's close by whenever you need it. So what we're going to do right now is set up a really cool web page on our site. Now, we can do this by logging into our control panel. So what you can do is click the link that says domain. You see where it says stonebridgemarketinggroup.com? Now, if you just registered the site, then this link might not work yet. It takes about 2 hours for that link to activate. But if you're in a rush, in a hurry, and you just want to get things set up right away, then what you can do is you can click the link right below it. You see this IP address, this HTTP 8.36 one? Let's go ahead and click on that, and we will want to remember our username and password because it's going to ask us for those in just a second. So I'm just going to leave that username in, and I'm just going to paste the password, and then I'll click login. Now, one thing I will mention to you before going any further, make sure that when you grab the password and the username, that you don't accidentally grab a space before it or a space afterwards. Because if I try grabbing all this with all that extra space, it's not going to work. And same thing, if I try grabbing just a little bit ahead of it, it's not going to work. You want to make sure to just get the password and nothing else. And then I'm just going to copy it and I'll paste that in. And then once I've done that, I will go to login. Alright, so now you're in the C panel, and this is the dashboard for everything related to your website. So first what you can do is you can set up an email account. You can set up your own email address at your new website. So let's do that right now. I'm going to click on email accounts, and we can just create a really cool email address. How about support@stonebridgemarketinggroup.com? So also another idea is you can put your first name in here. So you can make it Larry@yourwebsite.com, Jessica@yourwebsite.com, etc. I'm just going to roll with support for now, and I'll just come up with a password that I will remember. And down here where it says mailbox quota, I'm just going to select unlimited. Then what you want to do is click the button that says create account. And that's how simple it is to create an email address at your website. Now, do you see down here where it says account and domain? Now, I want to show you some things. If you go over to where it says more in the right-hand corner, let's click on that. You've got two options, access webmail and configure email client. Now, if I go to access webmail, so that's a very quick way to send and receive emails from your new email address. That works really well. But while we're here, let's just check out the configure email client because it's worth mentioning. So let's click on it. And they got just about every single email clients here listed. So if you use Microsoft Outlook for Windows, or let's say you use Thunderbird, Windows Live, or if you've got MacMail, it's real easy to add your new email address to that and sync it with your inbox. All you have to do is click these buttons on the right and it will auto configure it for you. So if you're having any issues setting up the auto configure options, well, just go down here and insert this information into your mail client and then you can add your new email box. But there's one other thing that you can do that I want to mention. Let's go back. And if you go to where it says find on the left-hand corner, you can just type in forward. And you see this icon on the right that says forwarders? Let's click on that. So another really great alternative that you can do for your brand new email address is you can have that email automatically forward to one of your other email accounts. So let's say, for example, that I primarily use a Gmail account. Well, I can set that up right here. So that way, anybody that sends an email to support@stonebridgemarketinggroup.com, well, that would get automatically forwarded to my Gmail or any email that you use. So let's do that right now. Let's click on Add Forwarder to set up forwarding. So now it's asking me what the address that I want to forward is. And I'm just going to put in support@Stonebridge Marketing Group. And then down below it's asking me what is the destination. And this is where you can put in your primary email address. So if you use a Gmail, you can put that in here. So let's say it's johndoe@gmail.com. So now what's going to happen is every time someone sends an email to support@stonebridgemarketinggroup.com, that will automatically get sent to johndoe@gmail.com. Then let's go down to where it says Add Forwarder. And that's it. Now that we set up that email address, let's go back. And we can go back to the main page by clicking on the home button on the top of the screen. You see, it's a real little icon, easy to miss. Let's click on that. So our next mission is to set up WordPress on our brand new site. So what you can do is go down to the find box and let's just type in WordPress. And there it is. You see where it says scripts, WordPress? Let's click on that. And you'll see a big icon on the top of the screen that says install. Let's click on that. So now we have a few options for setting up WordPress. Let's talk about it. So for the choose protocol, let's just leave that at the default. So for choose domain, make sure this is set up to the right website. For in directory, this is asking us, where do you want to set up WordPress? Now, if we want to set it up in an additional directory, we could type in that directory name here. But I want to set up WordPress on my main page. So as soon as people go to stonebridgemarketinggroup.com, I want that to be my WordPress site. So what I'm going to do is just delete this and leave it blank. All right? So leave the in directory box blank. Next, it's asking us for a database name. Now, you can call this whatever you like. WP370 works fine. We're just going to leave that as is. Table prefix, we'll leave that as is. So for site name, what do you want to call your blog? In my case, I'm just going to call it Stonebridge Marketing Group. All right? Site description. I'm going to change this to say something like the leading marketing consultants. I like that. So let's scroll down to where it says admin account. Now we want to change the username and the password for security. That way it makes it much more difficult for people to hack. If you leave this at the default admin or the default password, then you have a much greater chance of getting your site hacked, which would be a bad day. So let's just change the admin username to something like John Doe 1, and for the password, I'm going to make it very difficult to guess. I'm going to add some capital letters and all kinds of craziness. And for the admin email, let's just put in the new email that we just created, the support@stonebridgemarketinggroup.com. That works for me. Choose language, English. And let's also add this limit login attempts plugin. This will help improve your security. So let's put a check in that box, and then let's go down to where it says install. So that's it. We have now installed WordPress on our brand new site, and you'll see the links for it right here. Now, do you see this link right here for the administrative URL? So this is the link for your WordPress dashboard. You're going to want to remember this link. So it's yourwebsite.com/WP-admin. So this is the link that you will use to log into your WordPress dashboard. It's very important that you remember this, as you will use this frequently. All right? So make sure you write that down. So now what we can do is we can click on that link to configure and set up our WordPress site, pimp it out, and make it look sexy. So let's click on that and make some magic happen.